7.
Welcome. This is Hot Edition. We're live from Anisabata Desawe Kanda, also live on Kesmi 107.1 in Tamale and beyond. We're live on W93.5 in Wa and beyond. I am Alfred Ocansey this evening. Member of Parliament for Old Tafo constituency Vincent Ekosifwa files application at the Supreme Court seeking to halt the suspension of the Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono. Stay with us. We've got details for you here on Hot Edition. Also, the Ghana Bar Association has waded into the matter and cautioning government against politicization of this particular issue. Stay with us. Also, the Federation of Women Lawyers as well have issued a press statement. We have a copy of it. We'll get into the details shortly here on Hot Edition on 3FM 92.7. There's been a lot that's happening regarding this Chief Justice suspension. Stay with us. We've got details for you this evening. Some news just coming through. The Narcotics Control Commission has intercepted some 73 slabs of suspected cocaine bound for the Netherlands. 4 persons have been arrested. This is the 4th major interception by the Narcotic Control Commission of these narcotics in the last at least 2 months. Stay with us. We've got details for you here on Hot Edition. Unfortunate news. 1 person dead, others injured in military-civilian clash at Nyinayini. Stay with us. We've got details for you here on Hot Edition on 3FM 92.7. The health minister is calling on the striking medical officers at the Tamale Teaching Hospital to call off their strike to sit for a negotiation. Stay with us. We've got details for you whether or not the doctors and the Tamale Teaching Hospital will, as it were, respond to this said call by the health minister. Also, the Education Minister, Harun Idrisu, has just indicated that senior high school 2, the second year senior high school students will have the opportunity to choose a foreign language in the new curriculum. Stay with us. We've got educationists joining us to have a conversation on this matter, plus the latest in business and sports for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes here on Hot Edition on 3FM 92.7. We're live on Kesmi 107.1 and on W93.5 in Wa and beyond. Safwa Boahene is here with a summary of the news.
Absolutely. And we would get right into it. Let's settle for the details now. The Ghana Bar Association, GBA, has issued a statement regarding the suspension of Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono, highlighting the importance of upholding the rule of law and constitutional processes in such cases. In a press release dated April 24, 2025, the GBA noted that its General Counsel has been closely monitoring the situation. Away from that, the government has announced plans to develop an indigenous framework for managing natural resources over the next few months. This decision follows the exit of goldfields from the diamond mines after their 30-year lease expired, which the government has chosen not to renew. An agreement has been made for both the government and goldfields to jointly manage the mines for 1 year, pending parliamentary approval for the transfer. And also, the Narcotics Control Commission, NACOC, intercepted a significant shipment of suspected cocaine at the Swiss port in Ghana on April 23, 2025. The operation uncovered 73 slabs of a concealed substance totaling approximately 89.74 kilograms, which is believed to be cocaine. The seizure thwarted a major drug trafficking attempted to the Netherlands. And to our last story now, Health Minister Kwabena Mintah Kando has made an appeal to the striking medical staff at the Tamale Teaching Hospital, urging them to end their industrial action and return to the negotiation table. This appeal was made during a brief ceremony where the minister presented medical equipment to the hospital's newly appointed CEO. And this is where we end our news summary segment. And over to you, Alfred Ocansey.
Thank you very much. Safwa Boahene, more news on 3news.com. Make some time and visit 3news.com. This is Hot Edition. We're live on Kesmi 107.1 in Tamale and on W93.5 in Wa and beyond. Let's go go into stories right now. The Narcotics Control Commission has intercepted a large consignment of suspected cocaine at the Swiss port in Tema in the Greater Accra region during a routine inspection on Wednesday, April 23, 2024. According to officials, the cargo, which was being packaged for shipment to the Netherlands, contained concealed substances suspected to be cocaine. Now, in total, 73 slabs weighing approximately 89.74 kilograms were seized. 4 individuals have been arrested so far in connection with the attempted shipment. They are currently in the custody of the Narcotics Control Commission as investigations continue into the origin, the ownership, and intended recipient of this illicit cargo. Now, if you recall, this comes on the back of the number of the major interceptions that have been made by the Narcotics Control Commission over the last at least 6 weeks. Now, Richard Commodore is an intelligence and security risk analyst. Is joining us, a former intelligence officer with the BNI, now National Intelligence Bureau. Mr. Commodore, appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us here on Hot Edition. First of all, hearing this latest interception of another large consignment of suspected cocaine at the Tema port here in the Greater Accra region, following from what we saw, the interception by the Narcotics Control Commission with this consignment from the central region en route to Accra. How does all of this play out for you?
My checks confirms that they are having some of these successes because there has been a large work done by the intelligence community. There has been a lot of surveillance in the system. Some went back as far as a year ago, 1.5 years ago, last year June, and this year January. And I wasn't surprised at all the successes they are chalking. I think what has helped the security agencies was this such a collaborative nature of agencies working together to ensure that their security intelligence gathering has become a bit more effective. And a lot more people are speaking because of lack. There has not been lack of motivation in the system. Alfred, one of the things we haven't done well as a country is when some of these years are done, we don't follow up to see how it ended. And to the extent that Ghana has become not just a transit point, but a destination and an origin of many of these criminal activities. Some of these things may find themselves out of the country through some other means. If we take a determination that once we pick them, investigation goes off, and we destroy these drugs, then it helps our cause. But we need to find out, the media must help society to find out where do we keep some of these drugs, and what happened after a year or 2 or 3. But I can tell you, a lot more work is being done, and many more people are on the run because there's fire on their hill.
I see. Then again, that's fundamental question you ask about what happens to these drugs when they're intercepted. And just for the benefit of those watching on Facebook, and for those of you who want to get onto Facebook right now, 3FM927 on Facebook, we're showing you videos of this interception of this large consignment of suspected cocaine at the Swiss port in Tema in the Greater Accra region during a routine inspection yesterday by the Narcotics Control Commission officials. Now, we understand the cargo was being packaged for shipment to the Netherlands, contained concealed substances suspected to be cocaine. We have videos of these concealed substances which have been intercepted as we speak. So go on our Facebook page at 3FM927. You see we're showing you the videos of this consignment and what's in there. Mr. Commodore, well, a number of times the media is invited to witness the destruction of these consignments. Either they burn them at the seashore or some other places as well. And you say that that's not enough convincing to let us all know how these intercepted products end up?
That is just one aspect of it. The totality of what we are dealing with. Once these are poisonous drugs, and you wouldn't want them to move from your country to some other country, and you wouldn't want the same people to engage in the same kind of trade with a bit more sophistication. One of the things we have to do is to speed up with the investigation and arrest as many people as possible. The second one is to prosecute. And the third one, let the media be a watchdog for us throughout the destructive nature of these drugs. Other than that, if you keep them for a very long time because of a lack of conclusive investigations and prosecutions, you never know what is going to happen in a year or 2 or 3. One of the good things that has also happened, Alfred, is that the deputy narcotics director, Chum Berima, used to be a police officer, and I think now he's a lawyer and a politician. So we might want to play on his leverage and his knowledge about how to curtail some of these loopholes when it comes to drugs, seizure, and how some can slip off, besides the fact that we destroy large numbers of it. And I think that is a preventive measure, and that is a curtailing measure. And in as much as we clap for them and we commend them for hard work done, let's also make sure we seal the back end, and we will have a better day future.
See, now the next phase after this is acceptance of this last consignment is that we understand the investigation is going to continue into the origin, the ownership, and intended recipients of the illicit cargo. I mean, what exactly is going to be at play right now for this next phase of the investigation as we're getting to know now?
The nature of these crimes is that they are cross-border crimes, and there has to be some people expected to receive it either at the high sea before it reaches the Netherlands, or it gets to Netherlands and some people pick it up. If the Ghana authorities realize that they don't have the capacity, or they have some level of arrangement with the security agencies in Netherlands, they would have let the cargo move and they would give them a tip-off and the guys would be arrested there. To the extent that they are arrested here, which means that much of the work has been done here and the kingpins behind it are already here or in close proximity, and the authorities here will want to go after them. My encouragement or my incitement is that they pick them at the right time, and I'm hopeful that they will work through the night and make sure that the right people are picked, those who play passive role and active roles in this particular consignment. And there could be a linkage to many of the ones they have intercepted so far. And I wish them well. Thanks to the collective nature of what the agencies are doing together and why they are getting the results. They shouldn't stop. They should continue. And it's going to make them very effective and very bravado in the nature of the work they do.
And I do appreciate your time on this matter. Thank you so much. And Richard Commando is a security and intelligence analyst, also joining us, a former operative of the National Intelligence Bureau, that's formerly Bureau of National Intelligence, BNI. And let's focus on this matter a bit further. Chum Berima is the Deputy Director of Narcotics Control Commission, joining us on the telephone right now. And Mr. Chum Berima, thank you so much for joining us here on Hot Edition.
Yeah, thank you, Alfred.
Fantastic. Now, we're just reading this latest interception from you, a large consignment of suspected cocaine at the Swiss port in Tema in the Greater Accra region during what has been described as a routine inspection by you, the Narcotics Control Commission. Tell us a bit more about what we are seeing in this video.
Okay, so it was last night that it wasn't Tema, it's Accra. And we had let me say a report, at the headquarters. So I was just about to leave the office and the call came in. So immediately I went there, and our men there had arrested some persons who were about to, should I say, ship or send across these items to Europe. So we got them arrested. Our K9 team went there to do their work, and we got them arrested. And then it was about 73 parcels of suspected cocaine. And so I have to be there for everything to be counted and assessed. And then after that, we packed it back to the headquarters and then brought them to detain them. So investigation is currently ongoing here.
I see. Now, was this as a result of prior intelligence you had received, or you were on a routine inspection as has been reported?
Well, it's a routine thing. You see, everything that goes out of this country from any point, we inspect. Our men are at the various, how do I say it, let's say border posts that, things could enter or exit from here, to be checking anything that is coming and going out as well. So as far as the routine check, every day, every time, morning, afternoon, evening, we check all these things to ensure that everything that is going out or coming in are well scrutinized. So where we have our suspicions on something, we dig further. And that is what happened with this one. It wasn't any prior intel or something, but it's something that we were normally checking or we're doing our routine exercise or work, and then we found it.
I see. Mr. Berma, this comes on the back of a number of large interceptions that you, Narcotics Control Commission, have made in the last at least 6 weeks. The latest being the interception of the large consignment of cocaine and then suspected cocaine, and then also other illicit drugs from the central region en route to the Greater Accra region. What exactly is working for the commission, which has contributed to these latest number of consignments that have been intercepted?
Okay, so I would say that it's as a result of all in regards to quality leadership that we have now. Leaders who are not ready to compromise in their roles, but to ensure that, the right thing is done at the right time. So we are just working, and that is what the president has mandated us to do. So that is what is leading to these things, because if we are not really active or vigilant, these things will be just passing, under the curtains, under the carpet, and then you will not be seeing it. Because if you look at, for instance, what we had yesterday, if you look at the way they had attached or they've robbed some, I don't know whether it's a chemical or something, or needs for it to not smell the way that you want it to smell, for your sniffing dogs or whatever to be able to apprehend it easily or access it easily. It tells you that the criminals are looking for different means of operation. But we, as I always say, under the leadership of my boss, the Brigadier General Mante, alongside his team, we are wide awake, and we are not going to leave any stone unturned. So it's not about anything, but it's as a result of quality leadership that we are experiencing. That's it.
I see. And it's important that you even make reference to how this packaging has been done. For the benefit of those who want to see this, you can go on our Facebook page at 3FM927. We have videos of how this consignment suspected to be cocaine was packaged. And I see, Mr. Chumberma, the rubber with something that looks like a black substance in there.
It's not that the rubber is black. No, because of that thing I was telling you about, that they've applied some, I don't know whether it's a chemical or something on it, just for it to, to be able to outweigh the security operations. Let me put it in that simple terms. Yeah.
I see, but then again, your sniffer dogs were able to sniff it out.
Oh, of course, yeah, yeah.
But so there was another concern that was raised by Richard Commodore, who was on the other line before you joined us, about how these substances are eventually destroyed. Where does it end up? You've intercepted a number of these large consignments. What next?
Okay, so once you make arrests, then you can't just destroy, because somebody is connected to it. You understand? So after investigations, the next thing is prosecution. And so when we get to the point that we want to destroy, we get the directives from the court, and then we go to destroy them. Not too long. Since we took office, I think we've done some destruction around. I think about a week or two ago. Also, yeah, there was some destruction that was done alongside FDA and co. Yeah, so we do it. We don't do it in security. It's always in an open space. Yeah.
But you would understand why this question is crucial, because we've had some time in the past in this country where cocaine that has been intercepted gets lost, unaccounted for. It turns into baking soda and so on. So we need to know how you dispose of these substances that you intercept or you arrest.
Yeah, Alfred, but one thing that you can count on the NDC government led by John Dramani Mahama is that due diligence is always at stake. The time that it turned into baking soda or whatever that you are mentioning, those people are no more. And us, it will not turn into anything. But where it needs to be destroyed properly.
I do appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Chumberma is a deputy director in charge of the Narcotics Control Commission there, talking to us, giving us a bit more detail of the video we are showing on Facebook right now at 3FM927 on Facebook. And you just heard the deputy director who also led this operation at the ports, the Swiss ports here in Accra, which now we do know has led to the interception of a large consignment of suspected cocaine at the Swiss port here in Accra during that routine inspection yesterday. According to the officials, you just heard Jumberima, the Deputy Director of Narcotics Control Commission, indicate that the cargo, which was packaged for shipment to the Netherlands, contained concealed substances suspected to be cocaine. And we've got videos of that on 3FM 927 scrolling right now on our live stream. In total, we understand 73 slabs weighing approximately 89.74 kilograms were seized. We'll keep an eye on how things playing out, and then also continue to knock on the doors of the Narcotics Control Commission regarding how these intercepted 873 slabs will be destroyed, because that's another issue that Richard Kumado raised. And we're still live here on Hot Edition on 3FM 92.7, also on Kesmi 107.1 in Tamale, and on W 93.5 in Wa and beyond. We're just receiving some news of a very unfortunate incident. One person has been shot dead in an alleged clash between a group of military men and some youth of Nyine in the Ashanti region. Now, we understand a number of persons have been also left with various degrees of injury. William Evans Inkum is our Northern Bureau Chief Ashanti Region Correspondent, joining us right now. William, I do appreciate your time. What more do we know about this unfortunate incident?
Well, so the name of the deceased has been identified as Akwesi Lala, alias Kushibi, who is 37-year-old, but there were other people who also sustained gun wounds and are currently receiving treatment at the Nyine Government Hospital. And we understand they are Kofi Ejapon, who is 44 years, Alfred Kwaten, 24 years, and then Kofi Owusu, alias Juve, who is 36 years old. So that is it. Of course, we've also seen, the police report has also revealed the vehicle in which these military men were actually traveling with, and we understand the number is 73 GE 39. Alfred, we understand they were actually traveling to BBNE when they clashed with these guys who were actually on a funeral procession to bury one of their friends who had died. And the clash actually happened at exactly or around 11 a.m. This morning. And what triggered it was that the military suspected that one of the guys in the procession was wearing a military uniform. And this guy was confronted. In fact, the police report goes on to reveal that even when the military had, one of the officers had demanded that the guy remove the uniform, he was in the process of doing that. But in the course of that, one of the guys allegedly fired. And when, the people were protesting and all of that, then the shooting spree began, firing indiscriminately. This was contained in the police report. But nobody has been arrested, according to the police, because right after the incident, they sped off.
I see. And this comes on the heels of a number of these reported incidents of military-civilian clashes. I know that you've been speaking to some of the eyewitnesses there as well. Do they corroborate the military's position that they were only responding to, as it were, a threat on their lives?
Well, the eyewitnesses have been saying that the shooting was unprovoked. Because even, with the police report, as the police report has indicated, even when the deceased, or Kwesi now deceased, was asked to remove the uniform, he was in the process of doing that, but nobody knows what happened. All they heard was boom, a gunshot, and that was also at a close range. The pictures are very gory, but his head was opened with blood oozing all over his head region, with others also sustaining serious degree of injury. But the eyewitnesses, the people who were around, they tell me that incident or that shooting was unnecessary because they were not provoked. Well, that is the allegation or the claim they are also making.
I see, and just for the benefits of our viewers on Facebook and those of you listening to us right now, if you're minded to connect with us on Facebook, we're showing you videos of this incident and when the blast, in fact, when the gunshot was fired, and the reaction of the residents in the area. So you go on our Facebook page at 3FM927. We're playing that for you. And William, you say that the police report does indeed capture that some 18 empty shells were retrieved at the crime scene, correct?
Well, absolutely. 18 empty shells were retrieved. And in fact, they also say that, because currently they have them, because same was retained. And the body has also been deposited. I'm talking about Kosilala, who was shot in the head, lost his life. His body is currently at the Nyahini Community Mortuary.
How many persons sustained injuries from this?
So, according to the police report, we're talking about 5. Kofi Ejapon, aged 44, Alfred Kwaten, aged 24, Kofi Owusu Elias Juve, aged 36, and Akwesi Lala Elias Kushivi, aged 37.
There's an Alfred in there, and quite a sad one.
Your namesake, sorry.
Yeah, indeed. William, I appreciate you for this, as always. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
William Evan Sinkum is our Northern Bureau Chief and our Ashanti Regional Correspondent joining us on this matter. If you just join us, a deadly confrontation between military personnel and civilians in Yenayini, a community in the Echumampania district of the Ashanti region, has left one person dead and 4 others with different degrees of injury. The incident occurred around 10:30 a.m. earlier today during the funeral of a young man in the town. 3 of the injured are currently receiving treatment at the Yenayini Government Hospital, while 1 has been transferred to the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital in Kumasi for specialized care. Now, that's information we're getting right now. You heard William Evans Sinkum give us a detail. We understand that the situation quickly spiraled out of control, and we're showing you the videos of how it all happened on Facebook at 3FM927. Stones thrown and gunshots fired, resulting in the death of this 37-year-old Akwesi Lala, popularly known as Kushibi. 4 others also sustaining injuries in the chaos. Very unfortunate incident there, but we're keeping an eye on how things are playing out in that regard here on Hot Edition on 3FM92.7. We're also on Kesmi 107.1 in Tamale and beyond, and on W93.5 in One Beyond. The Member of Parliament for the Old Tafo constituency, Vincent Akrofi, has filed an application at the Supreme Court seeking an order to halt the suspension of the Chief Justice Getu Tukano from office pending the hearing and final determination of the case. This comes after President John Mahama on Tuesday, April 22, suspended the Chief Justice and constituted a 5-member committee to investigate 3 petitions seeking her removal over allegations of misconduct. The application filed today by the former Attorney General Godfrey Yeboah-Adame on behalf of the Old Tafo Member of Parliament is expected to be heard in court Tuesday, May 6, 2025. My colleague Dennis Baberi-Wadame Esquire is joining me in the studio with the details of this said application. Let's first of all, Dennis, understand this. The suspension has already taken place. The President has suspended the Chief Justice.
That is so.
What is this particular application by Vincent Asifua seeking to do, essentially?
In his own words, to suspend the suspension.
What does that mean?
Well, so he's basically saying that the Chief Justice having been suspended, he's now going to the Supreme Court, asking the Supreme Court for an order to put that suspension on hold. That's me using different words to describe suspension. So that's the essence of this particular suit. And it is one which has been mounted on a substantive matter, which is still pending before the court, to the effect that they do not even think this whole proceeding was started off on the right foot, for which reason they want the Supreme Court to declare it as unconstitutional. Their main contention has basically been the fact that the President ought to have, first of all, forwarded the petitions received to the Chief Justice, notifying her of those petitions and asking for her response. Then before the processes of consultation could begin. They are of the view that for the fact that an announcement was made that there was an ongoing consultation before along the line, the Chief Justice was given the opportunity to respond or even notified of the existence of the petitions was in clear violation of the provisions of Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution. They still stand by that. But now, looking at the fact that some events have evolved past their initial injunction application, which was to the effect that the consultation process should be halted, that we have moved past that already, because we do know, per the statement from the presidency on the 22nd of April, that's now a prima facie case has been established, which means that the consultation between the president and the Council of States has come to an end, and that was how they concluded. They put together a committee, and then subsequently the Chief Justice has been suspended. So what that effectively means is that the relief that was sought in that notifying the Chief Justice of the pendency of petitions and even asking for her responses. So that's basically in what the additional facts